Right now, as you watch this, parents, children, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters are trapped in the forest, kidnapped by bandits. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of them are trapped, kidnapped, with no hope for rescue. Many of them will die in those forests. We have soldiers trapped, kidnapped by religious extremists in every part of the country, murdered. Do we have answers? No, we do not get answers. Rather, we have excuses. In Uromi a while back, 16 travelers were caught and burnt alive. Most of these people were from the Hausa ethnic group. They said they were hunters, allegedly kidnappers, and they were killed by the citizens and residents of the state. I have covered it in a previous video, but you should understand that the reason why these things happen was because of a total breakdown of law and order. And the northerners and people of reasonable extraction were considerably and justifiably outraged by it. There have been widespread condemnation, especially from those from northern Nigeria, talking intensely about how outrageous this incident is and why the government hasn't brought those who engaged in this to the book. It is what it should be, and they did the right thing by calling out this unjust practice, this wickedness, this tyranny. It was wrong and it was bad, and they justifiably called it out. This week, in Bokos, in Plateau State, for the past week, herdsmen, alleged herdsmen, have run rampage and killed people in those communities. People have died, over 20 as at last count. And if not for the intervention of the Nigerian police, it would have been more. Imagine that. But there is this relative silence about the issue. The people who justifiably called out the incident in Uromi, Edo State, are now quiet about it when it is at their backyard. Why is that so? Or you cannot recognize injustice, you cannot recognize pain, you cannot recognize suffering when it is in your own backyard. Or you cannot recognize suffering when it is allegedly your people who are perpetrating it. Is your voice now tamed? Are you now quiet? Where is your resolve? Where is your anger? Where is your protest? Where is your placard? Where are your threats? With the same vehemence in which you told the government to fish out the perpetrators of the Urumi incident, why haven't you lent your voice to this particular incident? Why are you quiet? People select what they will be outraged about. We are always too drawn along tribal, religious, ethnic lines. There is no humanity in us left. Everybody is at their own corner. You cannot say the truth because it doesn't affect you. It is not from your own place. Is that right? It is wrong. And it will always be wrong unless we do the right thing. Who gets justice in Nigeria? Is it only when something happens along tribal lines, religious lines, that people should now be able to clamor for justice? In Nigeria, it seems like the only people who get justice are those who are able to raise their voice louder or loudest. It is the person whose issue gets the biggest recognition. Is that the right thing? It is wrong. It is incredibly wrong, and there is no justification for it. Everybody deserves justice. Everybody deserves to get their day for justice. Because we are from the same tribe doesn't mean that you are not a perpetrator. Because we are of the same religion means that you cannot be an aggressor. If we are from the same tribe, it doesn't mean that I should defend you when your actions are wrong. And I will not be able to clamor for justice for somebody who is not from my tribe. That is not how life works. That is wickedness. Inherent wickedness. It is bad. And we have forgotten how to be empathetic towards causes that are not necessarily close to home. We have lost our sympathy, our softness, our human touch. We are too focused on bigotry, antagonism, and other forms of hatred that will lead us nowhere. Something happened in Uromi, a group of people were shouting. Something happened in the north now, people are quiet. When it happens in the north, you will keep quiet. When it happens in the south, you will talk, and vice versa. It is ridiculous. It is bad. It is wickedness. And it's important to point out that outside all this, the people who get the justice in Nigeria are the rich. And the people who suffer the most from injustice are the poor, who have no one to speak for them, who have no platform to speak for themselves, who have no one who cares for them. The poor are the ones suffering on a daily basis. I'll give you an example. Recently, a young co-founder was hit by a reckless driver in Lagos. His name is TJ. He was killed, unfortunately. God rest his soul. But how did I know about this incident? It's because the guy he's popular. He has rich friends. He has influential friends. He has an influential family. If he was from a poor society, the person that hit him with that car would have gotten away with it. And that is the bottom line. Let's be honest with ourselves. Even despite his connections, despite his societal reach, they had to come out to seek for justice for him publicly to make the matter go viral so that he could get justice. Imagine if he was a poor person who had no one who could fight for him. One of the biggest problems we have also is the mainstream media and our political class. I will start with the mainstream media. These are people who have failed to report relevant issues nowadays. In fact, many incidents that should be reported are not because the incidents have not gotten social notoriety. It is not viral. They are not trending topics. They don't bother with it. Rather, they have tended to cozy up to the political class. The expression, separation of church and state, should be made very clear in this regard. The media has become too close to the political class. Nigeria's media voices isn't dissenting enough. Nigerians' media voices doesn't address issue with the vehemence that is necessary of Nigerian journalism, Nigerian media. It has become a backyard for misinformation and PR games and manipulations. This party, this camp sends their PR message across. This party and camp sends their own PR message across. No relevant discussion or debate is going on. Rather, we are focused on irrelevancy. Even the ones that are invited to have relevant discussions are not giving enough pushback for their actions because of fear that they might never return to the platform. So what? If everyone maintains a standard, there will always be a standard. And if people know that they cannot come and speak truth to power and they cannot come and speak and defend their position, they will not come. Let them not come. Then you know that they refuse to come. But you maintain a platform that shows that when someone comes, you have to be ready to defend your position with vehemence and also defend the position that Nigerians have also entrusted to you. Nigerians cannot send you to the Senate, the House, governorship, presidency, wherever, and you are not accountable to us as a people. And you don't expect to field questions from us. A Nigerian presidential election was decided, and we didn't see the debate of the contestants. My God. You did not see a debate for the people you put in power to ask them questions and know who they are as a person. My. What can we do going forward? You have to sit down and ask yourself, are you a human being? Is this person, if you remove tribe, ethnicity, religion, culture, this person is a human being and everybody deserves to live. Everybody deserves life. At the very least, everybody deserves deserves a chance to have life. You cannot not lend your voice when issues are happening and you are quiet. It is wrong. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. If people are If you are outraged about things that are happening to your people, also be outraged when it is not your own people it is happening to. And saturate these airwaves, saturate the atmosphere with relevant information about things that are happening, especially when it involves the loss of lives and property. Let's not gloss over things and scroll past things too quickly and too easily. The statement, united we stand, divided we fall, it is not a joke. It is relevant. It is the truth. Even if you are a nationalist, there is something I call nationalistic tribalism. I can understand that. Promoting your tribal or ethnic sentiment, ethnic group, people of your ethnicity nationally. I can understand it. I don't accept it, but I can understand it. Two truths can coexist. You can promote, you can help your people while doing things for people or helping people who are not necessarily associated with you ethnically or religiously. Your religion should not be a hindrance to help people who are not worshiping the same God as you. All lives must matter. All Nigerian lives must matter. And especially for people who cannot speak for themselves. Many of us, if anything happens to us, there will be silence. We are not from the $30 class. We are not from the Dangote class. We are not from the Atoese class. We are the middle class, poor people of the society who have no real person to speak for us. If we not collectively begin to speak for ourselves and uplift ourselves generally and continuously going forward, we will wake up in a Nigeria where the political class, the elites, will eat up every space, every breathable space in the society, and you'll be left with nothing, and your children will suffer the consequences. You might think this is harsh, but it is the truth. You must fight and carve a niche for yourself. And how do you do that? By raising your voices for things that do not concern you. Very important. It doesn't concern you. Raise your voice to it. It is not in my backyard. Raise your voice to it. It is not my friend. Talk about it. Who is this person? I've never met him. I will never meet him. Still talk about the issue. Keeping quiet will never solve a problem. Because it is not you today, it might be you tomorrow. Don't think because it has not happened to you today that you are safe. You can wake up tomorrow. You can be crossing the road. A one-way driver can strike you down. If it is in a society, and if you're unlucky and you meet the bad society, the bad aspect of the Nigerian healthcare system, your life is gone. Your life is gone. For a situation that could have easily been prevented in a different country, in a different location, in a different time zone. I remember the unfortunate death of the doctor who entered an elevator and the elevator crashed to the ground and she was trapped there for hours. My God, do we have a firefighting service? Where's our squad? What are they doing? They could not extricate her from that place. She was still alive, crying, talking to people. Oh, speaking of this thing, bringing tears to my eyes. The girl was there. And just imagine the panic she felt. Imagine how she felt in that elevator, dying for hours and no one could help her. She could not be rescued. It can be you tomorrow. It can be your brother. It can be your friend. No one is exempt. No one is exempt. Do bandits know that you are an Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa? They don't know. They want to kill. They want to kidnap. They want to collect money. Rather, we keep on fighting ourselves for issues that are not relevant, instead of coming together to fight this hatred, to fight the insecurity, to fight the people who are determined to kill us. Rather, we are fighting amongst ourselves. We have divided ourselves by religious, tribal, and ethnic lines. If you believe all Nigerian lives matters, do not wait for it to trend. Make it trend. Because it is not you today, doesn't mean it cannot be you tomorrow. Do not let yourself be this experiment. God bless you guys. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all. Thank you.